Traditional markets are moving up. Bitcoin is floating up fairly confidently. I don't really see any bearish divergences. 35K, before a strong move down is absolutely on the table still, but you have some major obstacles along the way, which Bitcoin could easily hit. And I'm going to give you those exact levels here. But what you would want to focus on is traditional finance, especially NASDAQ. If Bitcoin is at one of these levels I'm going to show you in today's live show, while you're following NASDAQ and you see NASDAQ really start creating bearish divergences and making lower highs, that could end up being taking Bitcoin 35K off the table, because NASDAQ itself can and will bring Bitcoin down when it comes back down, because folks are going to be selling into this rally at some point, but it's not quite today. So let's take a look at these levels and let's go get these crypto charts. Let's get it. Right now, let me take this guy off. Right now, Bitcoin is what you would call floating sideways and up. Nothing sexy. It's not mooning or anything. It's floating up and sideways very steadily. And you can make the safe. So this is assumption number one that I want to start off with. Bitcoin will. It's not a question of if. It's not a question of will it. It will. It will break out of this micro range. So this is micro range because I'm on 3-minute chart, right? It will break out of this micro range either in the up direction or the down direction. It will happen sooner than later. It could stay in here another 5 days, but I don't really anticipate that. But it's going to resolve itself in the next, I would say in the next 5 days. Therefore, doing something like taking a snapshot of the screen or taking a snapshot of your phone and making those channels the way I have them. So this, goes back to our recent low here, back to June 1st. That's the June 1st wick. I'm ignoring this because this was simply a retest of the previous channel as it broke out of it. So if I zoom out, see what's happening here. See that? So it was in this channel for over a month. This is like a quarterly channel. See all that? Stayed in this double-decker trading channel and it broke up and out. So it even broke up and out of this trading channel. It came back down to perfectly retest it. And you didn't see any other YouTuber with that line on there, did you? To get that pullback perfectly. I had a VIP just tell me he's in a long right now. Probably not due to me because he's really good at analysis. But he just said, yeah, he longed that exact area. I was in a long there too, but I got out quickly. I've been doing mostly short trades. I probably was only in it for a half hour or something to that effect. But therefore, the context of what's happening on a larger time frame, zoom out, Bitcoin just broke up and out of a double-decker range. And right now, it's in a micro range, essentially trying to figure out what am I doing next. This creating a new range, which I can't see right now, so I'm dealing with super micro time frames. So, therefore, right now, the very, very small time frames are kind of where it's at, with the knowledge that the daily, up to the daily, maybe even the 2-day, are looking like they want to go up a little higher. All right? Now, obstacles along the way for Bitcoin are very clear and obvious as of now. You have wick highs from Labor Day, May 30th. These wick highs at 30,900. So I guess I can go ahead and label this. This is pit stop number one. And if NASDAQ starts turning around right when Bitcoin's here, that would be a fantastic short opportunity if that were to happen. And let me remind you, my technical analysis is not a call to action for you to click around with your money. If you were to short there, even if NASDAQ starts turning around, but Bitcoin screams up, that is not on me, that is on you, because I'm not doing any call to action, right? I'm simply technical analysis. TA and trading are totally different things, because TA does not involve setting stops and risk management or profit-taking strategies, right? TA is a little bit like entry strategy, but that's only one of 3 facets of actually trading, and TA only covers essentially potential entries and entry ideas. All right. I want to be very clear with that. The next pit stop comes from these wicks down here. Actually, I should probably make this box a little bigger from wick to wick. And that is from 31.3 to 31.2 even. So I will put 31.250. The middle of the box is 31.250. And if you see here, what could end up happening is this micro channel here, it could literally just stay in here and hit those levels without breaking out of it. And so what could happen is it hits 31.250 and then breaks down and out of this micro channel. Let me zoom in. What could end up happening is that instead of getting hot and breaking up out of this micro range to hit those targets, it might just stay in the damn channel and just keep floating up to these areas, to be honest with you. And after it hits it, if NASDAQ were to really take a poop and Bitcoin's still in this trading channel, which you should probably have on your chart, and you can hide it later. Have I done this? I have not. So I'll show you how I do this real quick. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 5. I'll click this one, hit the plus button over here. Can you see this? No, you can't. All right, I'll do that again. So I click this button over here. Why is it doing this? Ah, there we go. All right, so click that button there and click this button down here, and that's your object tree. And then I will, I clicked this guy, and then I hit that button there, which created this group. So that's actually, I'll just do it, start over. I deleted a trend line, it looks like. There we go. Pull it out of there. There we go. All right, so click that, hit that plus button, name it micro channel. Actually, channel micro June. Bam, drag in there, drag in there, drag in there, drag in there, collapse, hide. Now I can flash it. See that? Like flashing my titties. There you go. Flashing my micro range. I'm flashing my micro range at you here. All right. And what could happen here is Bitcoin stays in there, hits these levels, NASDAQ in traditional markets turn around, and then Bitcoin breaks down and out of this, potentially. If NASDAQ ruins the party on Bitcoin's daily RSI, which is getting into the zone where it can really start heating up. It's getting close. So once any RSI on any time frame gets so if it goes way deep in the red, so not if it's coming up from up here. If it had gone like this and comes down here, this rule doesn't apply of this area here between the white and the red. So this doesn't apply for when after price comes from way up high on any time frame. But after it comes down fairly like halfway or fairly deep into the red, this doesn't count very much. But deep into the red, once it makes a lot of higher lows and stays on top of its EMA, which is the white line here. See that white line? Once the white line can get at the red line and the green itself gets somewhere close to this white line or above, and then the green comes back down and touches the white line. So I'll show you. So the white line keeps going. And each tick is a day. So it could go boom, 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 boom. Bam. And then it could really start screaming. Or it could start screaming after this touch, because this one would, in this example, that's touching the white line as it's at that red line. So this area here where I'm going to create a box, that's like your golden pocket, essentially. And this works on any time frame. Any time frame. That's your golden pocket. But specifically, to use the golden pocket correctly, you need a retest of the green. Actually, I should make this green. There we go. That looks better. Of the green coming back down to touch the white And if it ticks up the next day, that's typically a decent long signal, particularly on the 1 hour charts and above. Is that a great signal on the 5 minute chart? I mean, not really. If you're going to be in a trade for 2 hours, the shelf life might be 2 hours. But on the 1 hour and above, it's a pretty good signal. So the daily's starting to get hot. Let's look at the 12 hour. I love the 12-hour chart on Bitcoin. That's a retest right there. I mean, this looks like it can really take off. Something like this. This hit that golden pocket perfectly. See how it went above, hit somewhere close to the white, came down, touched that white layer. Let me zoom in. It touched the white line right as the white line is getting above the red. That, and then that one tick, whatever happened right between these, I'm going to make 2 lines. This was a good long signal. It was short-lived, but you could have easily made profit from it. So whatever happened here, between those 2 lines would be a long signal before the move up. Was that tradable? So you enter somewhere here. Yeah, 15% move up on Bitcoin's huge. That's a huge trade. So this type of thing is formulating right now in the RSI. It's looking like it could get pretty hot. Let me see make sure no one's saying, "Hey, we can't hear you, sir. I'm awake." All right, cool. This is what's happening. So let's take a fractal of this. I mean, this looks like this could happen. I am not joking. Would that be 30? Watch it align with 35K. That'd be cool. That'd make my day. 35 to 30. Yeah, 34 to 36. Put it right there. Ta-da! 35.6. Didn't I label a YouTube video recently? Bitcoin's going to 35.650? That's exactly what that is. That's 35.650. That fractal. Interesting. And that we might be, so that would be the more bullish case for me. About as bullish as I could see things going before 22K's hit. I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to get up there, but that would be among the more bullish cases, because the daily and the 12-hour are saying that is what could happen, assuming traditional markets continue staying strong. If traditional markets don't stay strong, the 2 obvious areas for things to pull back are 30,900 and 31,250, and that analysis should get you through like a whole week and a half. This should the trading channel that I just flashed at you, and those horizontals plus the price target of 35.5. Those items should get you through 10 days. And if you want to get a little jazzier with things, you can also keep on your 1 hour 200 EMA, which is probably the coolest line to use. If you don't use it, you really should start. And it works on almost all altcoins, like everything besides XRP. And that would help guide you to see if things would turn around at one of those 2 points, or if the 1 hour 200 EMA is going to be used as resistance. But if it keeps being used as support on pullbacks, you just keep assuming that Bitcoin's going to charge up. So I will throw on my 1 hour 200 right there using what's called the MTF EMA. If you can see that over here, you see that? MTF is the name of the indicator. And all I did was go to inputs, put 1 hour, 200, go to style, I make mine orange, extra thick and girthy. And what's been happening? So I go down to even the 3 minute chart while keeping that EMA on, and guess what happened? Came straight up, hit the exact, so it was below the 200 EMA. See how it's below that orange line? Here, let me take this off. And there we go. All right. It went from exactly my line, exactly to another line, which I guess I could throw that back on. Boom. See that? So it went from the top of the previous range, used as support, hit the top of the next range, went below the orange line, okay, got above the orange line, hit another line perfectly, used the 2 hour, the 1 hour 200 EMA support, and ripped up. See that? Therefore, what you can expect is the next time that Bitcoin revisits this line, which it always does. It's not a question of if it will, it is a question of when. Like, this is honestly, like, it's a really good EMA to have because it's the daily 10 essentially. It is the daily 10. You can just see more candles on it and it's nicer looking. So Bitcoin could hit this 30,900 target, allow this EMA, this orange line, to catch up, and then Bitcoin could potentially hang out and get squeezed here, something like this, you know, break up. Actually, maybe not that fast. Boom, 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 boom. And that whole time, during this choppy price action, consolidating under a resistance point, that would be bullish because you're getting ready to have the 1 hour 200 EMA squeeze it up. Potentially, if it could continue using it as support like that. I would imagine one strong wick down to touch it again at some point before it comes up here. And that's really what you're looking for. Is this line used as support? Yes or no? And if the answer is yes, then 35K is on the table. Once it's starting to be used as resistance, that starts reducing and reducing and reducing the chances of 35K being hit and increases the chances of the small term time frames overpowering the daily. The daily right now is saying 35.5. But the lower time frames can overpower it, and this is your key. That's like the magic key, is the 1 hour 200 EMA to determine, are the short term time frames going to overpower the daily and bring it down. But obviously, in the end, it's going to be NASDAQ that would pull down Bitcoin. But you'll be able to see it with that line if you're not staring at NASDAQ too. And that's your Bitcoin analysis. That should get you through to, let's say, yeah, deep into next week. That should get you through 10 days. 1 hour 200 EMA, the channel, the two horizontals, plus 35.5. And hopefully that's helpful. And I'm going to start looking at some live questions here.